Hello guys.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Good.
Do you enjoy the time in Milan? If you did get to see outside of the hotel.
We saw the hotel and we saw the radio station.
Oh well, that's
very beautiful.
You do enjoy Milan in the sun?
Yeah, at least it's sunny.
Yeah, I guess you are here today to talk about your latest album, which I got to listen over the weekend, so well, I really did enjoy it. And well, more or less most of the reviews or early comments I heard seem to be pretty positive, luckily. And but on the other hand, there's this line of thought of people saying, not just about this record, but I love Children of Bodom, but the first albums are better. So how do you react to that, which is a widespread critique to any band in general, but how do you react to this kind of thought?
I mean, I'm not too worried about it, Anyway, at least they like something,
All right.
And it's like you said, it's very natural to like the first ones. It's almost with any band.
Yeah.
If you do more than 6 albums, usually people like the first ones.
Yeah.
All right. So do you do it too with your favorite bands?
No, it's not like a rule for me. I mean, I have enjoyed many like brand new albums from bands that I like. So I don't have that attitude. I mean, I did when I was 15 years old. I was doing the same thing, but I mean, I'm fucking 33 now, so I can't prove anything to anybody.
All right. So how are you sure that this album is better than the first ones? What did you do to make sure that this actually kicks ass and it can stand next to your very first records?
We played better and we wrote better music. It's that simple.
Yeah, so it's not just age, but you matured in the style too and as such. The writing.
As musicians and as songwriters too. I mean, to be serious.
All right. And well, there seems to be a beat which got everyone excited. At the very start of the title track, there's this black metal riffing and such. Why did you look back at that black metal origins and sound? It's mainly on this track. It's not like we can say the whole album is a black metal throwback or the such, but everyone now is saying, oh, I heard the first seconds of Hell of Blood and there's black metal, there may be back to black metal and the such.
I don't know, that riff just came out of nowhere, just like any other riff for that matter, that's just the way it works.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, of course, we have always had black metal influence in the band, like since day one, but, we've never been a black metal band, but, it's always been there, the influence, and now it's just like, I mean, it's just like, stronger, that influence this time around in this album, like, as opposed to like on the Relentless album. So, I mean, I have no reason why, but that's just happened.
All right. And well, there is you claim that on the record there is the fastest song and the slowest song you have ever written. Starting with the fastest song, where do you get from there now that you have recorded the fastest song Children of Bodom ever managed to create? What next for the next album then? Will you try to outdo yourself playing even faster and burn your fingers on the instruments?
No, we're not trying to break any records, we just want to make good music.
All right.
That's all about.
And well, what about the slowest song, where you're just trying to prove yourself that you can write and play slower songs? It just came that way.
Yeah, really, I mean, every single song, it was not written because we wanted to prove something.
Mm-hmm.
It just like, the riffs and the melodies just like came naturally, and it's all about just making music and not trying to prove anything, because we don't need to prove anything to anybody. And we don't need to break any records either. That's not what we're all about.
All right, because there are great selling points, or people get to talk like, have you heard Dead Man Ends on You, which is the slowest song, and it seems like it was created for a purpose, and it does sound great. You know, the atmosphere with it's really great. It's not like, you know, a ballad or something that's totally out of character for the band, but well, so it was just that way.
Yeah.
And the recording process seems to have gone pretty fast. If you were in the studio in January and now we are here in April talking about the finished album and the such, was it that fast?
It's normal. We went to the studio in December already.
Late December, so it was
December,
6 weeks.
No, we had 2 full months because we had, deadline was end of February, so we had more than 2 months. So it's quite normal.
All right. So because there were some reports that you were still writing lyrics in January, and
That's possible.
Oh yeah. That's what I always do.
okay, so it's normal process. And I read that one of the working title songs was Moto GP. I would be curious to know what song it turned into, if it's still on the record.
All twisted.
Oh, that's my favorite song. So. Okay, so why did you decide to change it to All Twisted?
Well, we never thought of keeping the Moto GP.
Yeah. Maybe the original lyrics were about how great Valentino Rossi is and stuff like that, and you realized maybe you should not sing about that.
Maybe on the next album.
Okay, well, if he wins, you can make it so if he wins this year's championship, you may consider writing a song about him.
We'll do.
Moto GP.
Well, it's on the record, so. Well, what about the covers? I read that you have already picked the Bananarama cover, and then Japanese fans could decide which song you will record. What song did they decide? Which song did they pick?
Crazy Nights by Loudness.
Oh well, that's really great. Yeah, I was afraid to hear something like Gangnam Style or stuff like that. Was it an open challenge for you to just say to fans, okay, you pick the cover and we will do it?
Yeah,
we promise.
We were scared.
Yeah, were you scared?
But yeah, the Crazy Nights was quite a good choice.
Loudness is a.
For Japan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
exactly.
Know the song before, and it's a metal song anyway, so it's quite convenient for us.
At least it's a metal song and not you have to cover something totally out of.
Gangnam Style would be
Yeah, exactly. Even if I guess a lot of people will be interested in that, but you may consider it for next time.
Yeah, I don't see that.
No, really? Well, I think there will be an audience, or maybe not. Well, I guess the trend has died
I
down.
never understood the big deal about that.
It's the video.
I guess.
Yeah, I guess it's totally over by now, so you shouldn't worry about that.
True that.
It was a summer thing. And it seems like, talking again about the recording process, you did gather all together to create the album rather than, you first recorded the drums and then you were all together to create the album. Is that right? To play on the album? You just had sessions. You did your beat and then.
Everything is recorded separately.
Oh, I thought. Yeah, I saw some photos. Maybe it was rehearsal then.
Because we
Practicing.
we recorded drums in different studios. That's why, and everything else was recorded in the same studio.
Okay, but then you still recorded not like a jam session
No.
or the such.
Everybody's separate.
All right. And what about the much awaited guest riff by Jeff Waters?
That's on the Bananarama cover, so I'll just save you the time.
All right.
It's not actually on the album.
Oh yeah,
It's
okay.
cover song, yeah.
Oh, it's on the covers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How did you convince him to do that for a cover, even not even for the album?
I didn't really have to convince him at all. I was just like, 'cause I played a solo on Annihilator album like a couple years back, and I just told him it's kind of a joke, that we have. Okay, you want a solo today? I just asked him if he wanted to play a lead, so that's how it happened.
All right. It's that easy to get guests on your
He's a
albums.
friend of mine, so it's like he was totally down with it.
Yeah, and I guess I have a few more questions about touring. First of all, I saw you at the Gods of Metal last year, and I didn't get to ask you, what was the deal with having half a car on the stage? It was, I was on the stage taking photos, and I wasn't prepared to see that, which was totally cool, but did you get to take it around for the whole tour and such?
Yeah.
And what's the idea behind that?
It just looks cool.
It does. It totally does.
Like, if you're in the audience, it's really cool. And, it's like, the headlights are like blinking and shit like that. And you can actually hop on off the hood of the car, stand down there. So it works as a razor too.
And how can you top that then for next
That's
tour?
a good question, but we'll come up with something.
Well, bring a Ferrari or something. Well, I took some cool photos. It was great for me to behind the stage. I took photos of the band from inside the windshield. So, well, I wait for the next tour to see what you're bringing for me to get better photos for that. And do you feel, this is a question I ask to any band playing at the Gods of Metal Festival, do you feel like Gods of Metal now, having played the Gods of Metal Festival?
Do we feel like Gods of Metal?
Yeah.
That's really
Not exactly.
Was it the final achievement on your career or something?
No, we played Gods of Metal quite many times.
Yeah, it wasn't the first time.
And we never felt like gods afterwards.
Well,
Same douchebags, I suppose.
but unfortunately this year the festival is on hiatus. It's cancelled for no real reason.
Okay.
There's a Sonisphere, there's too many festivals, I guess. So yeah, unfortunately Gods of Metal is interrupted.
Okay.
So no one will get to feel like a God of Metal this time around. And you will be playing clubs in November. It was just announced yesterday that you will be playing here. So could you invite the Italian fans to the concert in November?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
How
just
do we invite them?
convince them.
All right, well,
Yeah, November we're gonna come back to Milan. Yeah, it's a different club. I've already forgot where it is.
oh yeah.
It's the Life
It's in
Club.
Milan anyway, so.
Yeah, well, close by Milan.
Okay.
So yeah,
It's close by.
it's close by. So you should come there.
Okay.
Oh,
I
you
will.
have to come there.
Yeah, you have to come there
Seriously.
to see what's going on.
All right. Well, so are you going on tour now in the summer? Or
Yeah.
so are you already thinking about set lists or the such?
Not really. We
It's
haven't.
pretty soon we're gonna have to start talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess all the fans will have suggestions like play the first 3 records and the such.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna hear. But
Well, I guess that was everything I wanted to ask you.